Hello, and welcome back to another doujinshi review from White Album 2. Now, today we're going to be looking at a doujinshi which features all of the different heroines from White Album 2, which I love because I really love everybody from the series. And we get to see some mini stories about everyone, which is always fun. So, first off, looking right at the cover, you can probably tell immediately there's a wonderful shimmer. And I love things like this. If you bring it closer, you can see really the detail that went into this shimmer. It's really cool. And you know that this costs the artist money to print like this. So I really appreciate any doujin which features something cool like that. So yeah, right off the bat, 100% I love this doujin. The art is really well done. One of the things you'll notice, which is rare for a doujin, is that it almost looks like it's crayon colored. You can see that it's almost that scratchy, thick look like a crayon, which you rarely see. And so that makes it pretty unique. And also it's just beautiful in general, the doujin cover. Now, the title of this is Mendokusai Koi. Mendokusai doesn't have an exact English translation, but it's pretty much like irritating or aggravating, annoying. So really, the title is like Irritating Love. And basically what this doujin focuses on is each of the main heroines' pet peeves when it comes to love. And it's really fun and it's funny. I will show you a little bit of this here. We have a blank page. So, just a black and white image of the cover. No shimmer on this one, unfortunately. Now, here we are, White Album 2 heroines, and it just kind of lists out the chapters of the different girls here. My favorite chapter is probably this one. It just says, Kazusa, ah, with a lot of exclamation marks. And we have Setsuna here. Now, what's cool about Setsuna is she's wearing her concert outfit from the White Album 2 concert in Tokyo, which is really neat. You could actually buy that shirt and scarf at the concert. So it's neat that they put that in. Now, starting off on the first page, you can tell we have Mari-san here. And Mari-san's kind of pet peeve is thinking she's old and unloved. It's pretty much the premise of it. As you know, in White Album 2, her whole story is pretty much, oh, well, why would he like me? Do you really like me more than the younger girls, the beautiful young women? And it goes on, and she's like, after all, I have more experience. Maybe having more experience is the most important thing. But just getting mad and embarrassed about putting too much thought into such a thing. Mari-san is so cute. I love her. Then we move on to Koharu's page, and Koharu, as with most high school girls, I was guilty of this as well. If you don't get a text back right away, you assume the worst. You assume that person hates you, or they dumped you, or I don't know. I don't know why. Adolescent minds work the way that they do, but this is what's happening with Koharu here. She's waiting for a text back from Haruki, and it's not coming. And she just becomes more and more irate. And then just, she loses all the shine from her eyes, and she just resolves herself to be alone forever. But then, of course, as with Haruki, he immediately calls her back, and he's like, sorry, I was at work. What's up? And she kind of plays it off, like, oh, nothing. Well, I'm going to go to bed now. She's so relieved. Koharu is so cute. I do love that chapter. Chiaki's little annoyance is that Haruki had to go on a week-long business trip. So they're kind of talking on the phone. He's checking in, making sure she's taking care of herself. And she just kind of starts talking about how she hasn't been eating that well. And Haruki is scolding her because she doesn't want to have to be the one to cook. She wants to be doted on. She wants to be the one taken care of. And so that's kind of her little annoyance there, is the lack of someone to do the work for her. Chiaki is so funny. So then moving on to Setsuna. Now, this one feels like the odd one out to me, Setsuna's, because it's really dark. So it starts out in the first panel here. Haruki is watching the concert from the introductory chapter. This is far in the future. He's watching that, and Setsuna's like, oh, well, that would be so cool to show our kids, which sounds innocent enough. But then when it gets to Kazusa in the video, she's like, yeah, we can tell them all about how Papa ditched us and was in love with another woman. And it was just like so sudden and so out of nowhere. I don't know. For such a funny, lighthearted book, this particular chapter really got me. And then the whole rest of the panels is just Setsuna calling herself a terrible person. She can't like get herself out of her own mind, and she's always going to be warped thinking about that. And so that's kind of her annoyance is, I don't know, she feels like she's partly broken because of the experience. And that is so sad to me. So yeah, that's terrible. And then we come to our Kazusa, and Kazusa takes it a lot more lightly than Setsuna does. She's watching the same video as well in the future, but her main annoyance was actually with her outfit. So as you can see here, we have Takeya having picked out an outfit for her, which was extremely embarrassing, and she's just not a fan of the outfit in general. And so that was her annoyance, was just the whole thing with the outfit, which significantly more lighthearted. On this page, it's just kind of a cute thing. It's the characters talking about what they love. And so Tomo here is saying, well, I love Setsuna. And then Io over here is saying, well, I love Takeya. And then Takeya says, I love Haruki and Haruki's things. And Io. So Haruki and Io's things. Because he's always up in Haruki's business. So it's kind of a funny play on words that he's a busybody, but he also loves Io. So that was just kind of cute. Then moving on to the next parts, they're just some really cute 2-panel arts. So Mari-san before and after being complimented. Look at that face. She's so cute. Chiaki's adorable. Just talking about being well. Wanting to be taken care of as usual. This girl. Not understanding. Koharu here. Koharu is just adorable in general. And the next 2 parts are funny because they're kind of a pair, Setsuna's and Kazusa's. So she's being asked, do you prefer dogs or cats? And at first she says, oh, well, I prefer cats. But then immediately she changes her answer like, wait, no, dogs. It's definitely dogs. And it almost, I don't know if this is exactly what the artist was intending, but it felt almost like a cover-up because in the story, Kazusa is constantly depicted as a dog. And Setsuna's more compared to the cat. I mean, even her ears kind of look like cat ears. And so I'm not sure if she was just trying to match Haruki's preferences, because I don't know. It just seems a bit odd. Haruki mentions in this panel that he prefers dogs, and then she changes her answer. So it could be that. Kazusa immediately says that she prefers dogs. And then we just have the 2 moms kind of joking around with each other. Setsuna's mom saying, oh, well, I went and gave your stuff to the flea market because it didn't suit you. And she's like, wait, what? I love the moms being friends. I think that's really cute. They're on 2 different pages of 2 different books at all times, and yet they're still friends. So I think that's cute. So moving on to the credits here. So this was written by Kaminoperari. Kaminoperari, you can find their Pixiv ID here, as well as some places to reach them, including their email. So this was released in 2021, August 8th. And that brings us to the end. Another shimmer on the back page. Gotta love it. Setsuna here. You can see her outfit in a bit clearer detail. And the publisher was Nandemo Ya. White Album 2, fanbook number 15. So, thanks so much for joining me on this doujinshi review today, and I will be reviewing more White Album 2 doujins in the future. So, hope to see you there, and until then, I hope you take care. See you!